Good morning, everyone who's here. Monday morning, the first day of a new week. Welcome in. Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing this week? Beginning of a new week. Be sure to hit the like button on your way in. Glad to have you in this morning. Feel free to make yourself known in the chat. Good morning, J.S. Dwayne. Great to have you in the house this morning. How are you doing this week? Or how are you doing today? Not much of the week has happened. Did you have a good weekend? I had a good weekend. Had a busy evening last night. My kids and I, my family went to a pumpkin farm that was extremely muddy. So it was a lot of fun, but it was actually really hard to walk around because it was so muddy. Great to hear that you're doing well. J.S. Wayne, welcome in, everybody. Glad to have you in this morning. Welcome in. Don't forget that like button. Reap what you sow. Great to have you in this morning. I saw that you had a live stream the other evening. Unfortunately, evenings are just really hard for me to jump on live streams. I wish I could, but it's just not a good time for me. Terry in Circles, welcome in. Great to have you in this morning. Still trying to wake up, sitting here having my pumpkin spice. Nice. I've got my coffee here. It's not a pumpkin spice, but it's coffee nonetheless. J.S. Dwayne, what a title. My favorite quote. Hey, Terry and Reap. Yeah, any of you are on Twitter, I've been trying to put up some more quotes on my Twitter account. You can follow me on Twitter, just Handy Hudsonite. I've been trying to put up some more quotes on there just to inspire. Yeah, go ahead and connect and network here the right way. Great to have everybody in this morning. But I should feature some of you up here that are in the house. We've got Terry in Circles in the house. We've got Reap What You Sow in the house. J.S. Dwayne here is in the house. Great to have you all in. Did you guys hear about the tornado in Dallas last night? Sounds like there was a lot of destruction with that. We actually had a tornado here in Washington where I live, not too far away from where I live. Not anything like the tornado that was in Dallas, but nonetheless, it was still a pretty powerful tornado for our area. Welcome in those of you who have come in. Crystal Oswald, good morning to you. She's my sister-in-law in Texas. Did you hear about the tornado in Dallas last night? Great to have you all in. Crystal, I think this is your first live here with me. Good morning to all of you. Good morning, Vern. Great to have you in. I think this is your third time in my live in a row. Great to have you in. It's a new week and a week for us to have an opportunity to work hard and help meet our goals. Looking forward to the week and everything that the week brings. So yeah, does anyone live in the Dallas area who's up in here? I don't know if anybody in here does, but definitely have some who are from Texas in here, so welcome in. Terry says, my half-brother lives in Dallas, and I didn't hear about that. Yeah, I just heard it this morning on the news. Apparently it started near the airport and then moved its way into the city, but I don't think there were any fatalities that they're aware of, thankfully. Just Dwayne, I'm a New Yorker, and I am near cold Canada. I'm also near cold Canada here in the Northwest in the state of Washington. So Crystal says they knew about the tornado. Yeah, I would imagine because you are in the Texas area. Yeah, it was, I don't know what they categorized it at. I didn't quite hear what category the tornado was, how strong it was. So Terry, you're near Houston. Okay, so you're still at least 2 or 3 hours away from the Dallas area, so wouldn't have affected you. I do know some people in the Dallas area, but I believe they're further north in the suburbs, so they wouldn't have affected them. Welcome in everybody who is new. Don't forget the like button on your way in. We've got a new week in front of us. I'm putting up a new video today that's going to actually be a time lapse of we had a professional come to our house on Friday to replace the windshield of our car, and so I have a time lapse of them doing that. So make sure to check that out if you have the opportunity. JS, funny with the cold Canada thing. You near British Columbia, I'm near Ontario. Yeah, I'm on the opposite end of Canada from you. Crystal says we had a big storm last night. Really? So was it part of that same system that went through Dallas? I imagine it was. Oh, damage in far north. Well, I better reach out to, I have some friends that are in that area. So thanks for letting me know, Vern. I hear there's hundreds of thousands that are without power this morning there. So I might send him a text and see if he's actually okay. So good to know, good to be aware of that. So appreciate you all in here. I was mentioning earlier, my family and I were at pumpkin farm last night, but we've had a lot of rain here the last week, so it was extremely muddy. And we did a corn maze, but I couldn't actually do the maze because the mud was so slippery. I didn't have boots on, so I could barely even stand up. Barry, welcome in. Good morning to you from California. Great to have you here, even up in the chat. Storm rolling into Louisiana, so you guys must be getting what they had in Texas last night. JS Dayway, near where? I'm not quite sure what you're asking, JS, as far as you asking near where I am, or are you asking related to something else? Bad thunderstorm going on right now that woke me up. Oh, sorry to hear that you have a bad storm going through. Hopefully it doesn't produce anything tornadic as it heads through your place. I grew up in the Midwest and actually studied the weather in college, and I've always enjoyed storms and being able to chase them. We're all going to school together. All right, so you're going to school while you're watching this. Very cool. And my cousins and I, at least some of my cousins and I, I guess it was a year ago, this last summer, chased a storm in the Chicago area when they used to live there. And that was a lot of fun. Josh, great to have you in this morning. Glad that you could join us. We were just talking about the bad weather that's going on in Texas and parts of Louisiana. Great to have you in. We had Josh in one of my live streams last week and featured his channel. Yeah, so we actually have a flash flood warning or a flash flood watch here in our area right now. We just have had a lot of rain. And they, if you guys search up the term, the big dark, that's what they've coined the rainy season here up in the Pacific Northwest when it rolls in, usually around this time of year and lasts until February or March. It's just constant cloud cover with some sunny days thrown in there, but generally cloud cover for the next 5 months or so. Great to have everybody in this morning. We have 10 in the house. Don't forget the like button. Make sure to connect with each other the right way. If you visit their channel, make sure to watch a video in full and to show support to them. We have a lot of opportunity this week. So what is everybody going to be focusing on this week on your channels? If you are a content producer, do you have any good videos that are going to be rolling out? I shouldn't say good video, but videos that you are really proud of, that you have put a lot of work into, that you have rolling out this week. If you put one out once a week, maybe you put one up once a day, a couple times a week. Byrne says she's about 180 miles from Toronto. I see. I'm probably about 180 miles from Vancouver, BC. So we're probably about the same distance from some major Canadian cities. And look over in my other chat here. Okay, looks like we only have 6 likes, everyone. Make sure you hit that like button. Fall garden, reap what you sow. I assume that's one of the videos you're going to roll out this week is focused on your fall garden. I've been getting hit hard with trolls, Terry in Circles says. Really? So you've been getting a lot of trolls on your video content, your comments? Barry, I'm between Los Angeles and San Diego. So you're down kind of you in the Ocean Shores, Ocean City, rather, area, kind of that area. So you're pretty far south down in California. Yeah, we got to be careful of people who are coming into our channels who are just there to build up their subscriber base. Jace Dwayne, you live in the Finger Lakes. Yeah, in fact, I had somebody just last night come in and just wanted me to come over to their channel. Though their comment did stick, so they must have watched enough of my video to have it stick. But I'm finding a lot of comments in my spam from people who are only watching a few seconds of my video, and then their comment goes to spam, which is a good thing that YouTube has implemented. Jace Dwayne lives near Buffalo, so you're used to a lot of snow for sure. Barry is 100 miles from Baja, California. Good morning, Mike and Liz. Great to have you in. Great to have you in to the stream and the chat this morning. Let's make sure everyone to be smashing that like button. Okay, Southern Alerts. I'm glad you're here, but We're not here to do self-promotion. Just need to come in respectfully and trust that people are going to visit your channel if they like your content and support you. Terry says, thought about walking away from YouTube. It was stressing me out so bad that I can't do it. I got to keep on keeping on. And that, yeah, that's true. And that reminds me, I actually had a meetup with another YouTuber friend on Friday, and I'm going to be putting up the video. We did a little short collab video afterwards to kind of just share our thoughts and our time. And it really makes a difference when you have other collaborators, not collaborators, creators who can relate to what you're going through and support you and support each other. And that was actually my first face-to-face with another YouTuber. Even though I've known him a long time, we both have come on to YouTube and become creators long after we first met. But it was a great meetup to do that with him. 32 years of snow in Buffalo. Yeah. Well, we don't get much of that here unless you're up in the mountains. Yeah, thanks for letting everyone know. Reap what you sow. Smash the thumb. I'm from Central New York, originally from Syracuse, Nedrow area. Nice. I've been to New York a few times. Okay, Andy, thank you very much for that. Didn't know that's why some of the spam was happening. They're not watching my videos long enough to do anything. Yeah, they're coming in and putting a quick comment based on what the other viewers are commenting, or something based on your title. They're not really watching the video. They're just kind of adding a short comment and then asking you to come back to their channel to support them. But yeah, so I'm gonna release that video on the collaboration with my friend sometime this week, so you guys can check that out. We just did it was kind of just a short little mind dump on what we thought of our time together, and it was a fun time to be able to connect. And we talked for a couple of hours on just shared different ideas and gave each other some tips on our channels and what we're learning. And he does a channel that's more music based and does some reviews on music equipment. He just has a lot of knowledge on that, so I will be featuring him in that video. Welcome in, everybody. We got 7 likes, so make sure to be hitting that like button on your way in, and don't forget to be connecting and collaborating the right way. Yeah, I was wondering if Galleon Adventures would be in this morning. They dropped a new video yesterday, I saw. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, though. And I believe Barefoot Adventures had a new one yesterday also. I think he's trying to focus more on his content and cutting back on the live streaming. Excuse me. Pauline, welcome in. Good to have you in this morning. And welcome in anybody who just joined. Glad to have you in the house this morning, Monday morning, October 20, what is today? October 21st. So just 10 days away from Halloween, just 10 days away from the end of October. Can't believe it. The end of October is already almost here. And I think it's probably this week that we're going to start seeing more Christmas activity with advertising and maybe even Christmas music beginning in some small segments, though I think the bulk of it starts November 1st because I don't want to take away from the Halloween holiday. So I know our radio stations will start playing a lot of it starting in November. We have okay. So we have 9 here in the house. Welcome in, everybody. Who here has done a actual meetup with other creators? For those of you who may have just come in, I had my first meetup on Friday with another creator. He's actually been a longtime friend of mine. This our dream. Good morning to you. Glad to have you in the house. Appreciate you coming in. So we were talking about meetups with other creators, doing collabs. I had my first one on Friday, and that was fun to do, just to share what we're learning, what has worked, what has not worked, and this guy's been a long time friend, so it was a bit odd to be just talking YouTube content stuff, but it was a great time together. This our dream. Yes, we've met up with many creators. Nice. Yeah, Terry, this year has passed really quickly. It's passed extremely quickly, and every year seems to blow by even faster for us, for sure. Oh, Vern says, JS Dwayne, congrats, almost near 1,000. Wow, well, congratulations, Wayne. So JS Dwayne is almost near 1,000. So be sure to support them and check out their channel. Doing it the right way, of course. So you're hoping this week then to get to that mark, or do you have a time frame, JS Dwayne, on when you're hoping to hit that milestone? It's a great milestone on YouTube. It's that after, of course, hitting your 100 subscribers, that hitting the 1,000 is that great benchmark of where you really begin to build some momentum. You get some things unlocked for you. And it just gives you, I mean, in some ways it gives you some more credibility, though the credibility really comes from your content and what the viewers and subscribers think of your content. Mommy on deck, great to have you in. Dropped a like and shared your stream. Thank you. Appreciate you sharing it out. Appreciate you coming in, even though you're at work. Appreciate you checking in. Be sure to check out her channel, the Mommy on Deck channel, if you have an opportunity. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely credit to JS Dwayne for their efforts on building their channel on YouTube. And make sure that you are growing in the right way, as we all are striving to do. I remember when I hit my 100 subscriber mark, that was such a huge feat for me, and it is, from the time that you upload your first video and put up your visuals on your channel. I mean, 100 subscribers seems like a massive amount when you're first starting out. So as far as meeting other creators, it's great because you can share tips and all kinds. Yeah, that's true. And that definitely happened for me when I was meeting up with my friend Ken. And I felt like I did more listening. He had so many great things to share, and there's so many things that he's had his channel up a lot longer than I have. And so there's just a lot more he had to talk about in his journey. And he had some content early on that had tens of thousands of views on it that he had put on, and he thought, well, this content is doing really well. I should create my own a separate channel with this content. So unfortunately, he deleted those videos and then re-uploaded them to his new channel, and realized later that you should not have done that, because as we all know, that's going to, that just destroys the momentum that's coming to your channel. JS Dwayne, I had my page for 13 years. Terry, I'm about halfway to 1,000. That's great. And no matter where we're at, and think about it, numbers are just numbers. 1,000 is just one more than 999, though we know psychologically the number 1,000 just kind of clues something different in our mind than 900. And on YouTube, I think there's some indirect credibility that begins to happen, even though it shouldn't be that way. But when you have over 1,000 subscribers, I think people might look at your channel a little bit differently. But of course, as we all know, as I mentioned earlier, it's your content. It's how you support your subscriber base that really matters. Glad to have you all in this morning. Let me see. We've got 8 likes. Is this your dream? Well, the 1,000 allows you to live stream through YouTube directly, which is something we really want to do. We are using a third-party app. Yeah, it allows you to do the YouTube streaming. It also opens up the community post, which is nice because you have a way to communicate with your subscribers without having to produce a video to do it, or to try to do it on another social media platform like Twitter or Instagram. And but I really would love to have access to the stories feature, but you have to have 10,000 subscribers to get that unlocked for you. So they probably just figure you're not going to have enough people coming by to watch your stories until you hit that mark. Yeah, for mobile. So you can stream on mobile under 1,000 subscribers with some third-party apps, but it's not until you hit 1,000 subscribers that you can do it directly on YouTube. Linda's in the house. Great to have you in, Linda. Good morning. Good Monday morning to you. Enjoyed being able to see you get your nicer crown the other day. If you haven't checked out Linda's House of Chill, she has a great channel. She just got a channel remodel done not that long ago. As you can tell by her logo there, just has some great channel art that really matches the personality of her channel. And so it was fun to see that reworking on your channel. You're welcome. Very much welcome. Do you have any videos coming out this week, Linda, that you wanted to mention that you are excited about? Reap what you sow. Got to put out good content and consistent. Yeah, it's true. It's the consistency that really makes the difference. I see your videos soon. I put on my watch list. Yeah. And you can add, got to put out, yeah. Yeah. Great to see you. Greeting up, everyone. Linda says, I have a bunch. I'm excited. Great. Great to hear that, Linda, that you've got several coming out. And there's, week to week, there is a lot of different type of content that we're releasing, whether we release it once a week, twice a week, every day. I mean, well, we all have different capacities. I mean, for a while I was putting 5 up a week. I've dialed back on that, and I'm not putting up that many at this point. Maybe I will again at some point. But since I've been doing some more live streaming, I haven't had the capacity to put up 5 videos a week. So you just have to work with the schedule that you have. Great to have you in. Art Abandonment, welcome in to the stream and to the chat. Looks like we've got 10 likes. Thank you for smashing that thumb, making it blue. Appreciate you all being in this morning, choosing my stream on a Monday morning. Got 6 a.m. here on the West Coast. I know it's 8 o'clock for those of you in the Midwest and 9 for those in the East. Linda says, I'm going to 2 to 3 streams and at least 2 videos. So Linda's going to have a couple of each this week. So Linda, are you dialing back on the live streams a little bit for now? Smart City, welcome in. You were so focused and regular about your post. Great to have you in this morning. Yes, she is dialing back on the live streams a little bit. Yeah, I know that Barefoot Adventures he's scaled back as well on his live streams. After he got monetized, he's focusing more on his content. Great to have you in, hanging with Mr. J. Welcome into the house. Don't forget the like button, everybody. Let me see here what's going on. I have to refer over to my the YouTube studio for comments sometimes because they come in sooner than on StreamYard. Art Abandonment says, I'm trying to make up a bunch of videos so you can post more often. Yeah, bulk editing definitely helps, especially if you have to set up your filming area each time you do it. You might as well film 2, 3, 4. I mean, there have been times where I've filmed 10 videos at a time just so that I can maximize my time. This is our dream. We try to mix content and live streams, although the live streams are very new to us. Yeah, they're very new to me too. I don't want YouTube to see me as a streamer. I want to be known for uploads. Yeah, that's one thing that I've been hearing is you want your channel to be known for its content, if that's the direction you're going, or YouTube will mark you as a live streamer, and then they are going to, the algorithm will just be working differently for you. It's hard to get a lot filmed and edited to have backup. Yeah, it is. It is. And even though I have a kind of a pseudo studio at home, more or less, it's just my office with some lights that I do a lot of my videos in. When I go to film, I will just crank out. Sometimes I'll just crank out intros and outros, and then I'll film the actual content later, especially if I have to be on site somewhere else doing it. Then at least I can have the intro and outro. Sometimes I'll do screencasts where you don't actually see me. I'm just getting to the point. Just a lot of experimentation just to see how people respond to it. Art abandonment, it takes sometime a week or longer to do my creation videos. Yeah, that's a big chunk of time. You have amazing videos, Art abandonment. Yeah, you do. That's interesting. I didn't know that about the live stream aspects. If you do it too often, you get labeled that way. I wonder how YouTube determines what is too often. Yeah, that's an interesting question. I don't know if you had any thoughts on that, Linda. Plus, I use my phone, so storage is an issue. That was an issue for me, Linda. And then I ended up getting a phone that had 256 gigabytes of storage, which has been really nice because I can do long videos. I can put a whole lot of content on there before I have to worry about transferring it off. It's been one of my better decisions since I do film most of my stuff now with my phone. It just allows me so much more freedom, because when I had a phone that only had 32 gigabytes on it last year, I could only do one video, two videos, and then I'd have to offload them. It was a real pain. I couldn't really do bulk filming. Linda says it's hard to tell YouTube. It's as clear as mud, right? They make their own rules. I'm not even sure if very many people at YouTube know what's going on. Right, we are certainly learning that. Yeah, but don't, if you want to do live streaming, I'd say if that's your passion, then just go ahead and do it. If you're here on YouTube to build quality content that you want people to view again and again, then have your focus on that. There's a lot of big channels that still do live streams, though their live streams are focused on talking about, they want to connect with their subscriber base in a lot of different ways. And there's PR channels up on YouTube that do a lot of live streaming from events they do. So I'd say just pursue what you really enjoy. Don't get hung up on thinking about the algorithm so much. Very great to be here today. Got to go. Thanks, Barry. Appreciate you checking in with us and coming into the chat. Yes, Barry, everyone hit the like button. How many do we have? We're up to 12. Thank you so much for the likes on this. Really appreciate that. For those of you who have entered in just in the last few minutes, I mentioned earlier in the stream that I've got a video going up today that's going to be, it's a time lapse. I thought it would just be fun to watch. I had a guy come to my house on Friday to replace the windshield in our car. So I asked him if I could just film him. And so I just set up a camera. It took him about an hour and a half, and I got a time lapse. I got it down to about 6 or 7 minutes with some background music so that you can see what he did. And I have it, I think, slow enough that you can tell somewhat in detail of what he's doing. So check that out if you have the chance. It's a little bit different than what I've been posting over the last couple of weeks, but I just enjoy being able to share out ways to help everyone realize how they can get things done, whether that's replacing your windshield, how to grow in YouTube, how to use different types of software apps. Love time lapse, cool. I do too. I really enjoy being able to see something go from beginning to end in that sort of way. Art abandonment. I tried to do a live stream and realized I'm much better with the edited videos. Yeah, if you're better with the edited videos, then go for it. Make the quality content. Trust that your watch time will build through the people coming to your channel. I have a few videos that are driving a lot of watch time on my channel. They've really struck it up well with the algorithm, and so I'm getting quite a few views on several of my videos. And the videos that have done well, I've actually taken the ideas from them and tried to create related content, and I see the same kind of the same promotion going on, and seeing YouTube snatch them up. Yes, I enjoy the edited videos more, but sometimes it's fun to do the interactions. Although in mobile with third party, it's hard to read the chat. Yeah, that's true. Though, Streamlabs, are you using Streamlabs? Dish Your Dream? I put that on my phone this last week. I'm curious. I was going to actually use it the other day, but then it didn't work out. Because I know you can customize your chat on Streamlabs. Welcome in, Thea and the fam. Great to have you in this morning. Good morning to you. New to my channel. Great. Well, I'm glad that you could come in this morning. Thank you for coming into the stream, making yourself known. Oh, so you are using Streamlabs. Okay. Got it. Yeah, I just haven't used it yet on my phone. So you're recommending that I just use the direct YouTube app if I go live on my phone, which I've done once, but I haven't really done it if I'm out and about, where I have to actually look at the chat on my phone. Because the last time I did it, I was filming with my phone, but then I was just following the chat on my laptop. Oh, wow. Thank you. I need to make that chat bigger. I'll have to test it. Okay. Yeah, because I knew that you could customize it. You just click the edit button on, let me see if I could bring it up on my phone here. I'll show you. So if none of you have checked out Streamlabs, so if you're under 1,000 subscribers, obviously you can't stream on mobile with the YouTube app, but you can stream with some third-party software. So there's Streamlabs. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of bright. Anyways, the Streamlabs app right here. It's kind of nice. You open it up and it's all ready to go for you. So there's a little, so there's a menu on the side, and you want to choose the editor. This is really hard to do through my webcam. Choose the editor part, and then you could customize the size of all these boxes or remove them. So yes, it gives you a lot of control over how big you want that chat to show up. Well, if you can customize the chat, that may be fine. The print is so small. Oh, okay. Well, you would know better than I, because I've not used it actually for streaming. So who in here has used the YouTube app for live streaming, for mobile live streaming? Because I've never used the chat feature in that, and I might want to use that here sometime in the next couple of weeks. And I was curious to know if it's easy to read, or can you only see a couple of chats at a time? Is Stream Modes for iPhone, or can you use it on Android? Well, I have an iPhone, so I know it's available for iPhone. I can't speak for Android. I assume it's available for Android. Great, thank you so much. I'll work and see if I can make that larger. I have. It's pretty good. So you have used the YouTube app then, Thea? Okay. Well, maybe I'll just use that since it's the native app, and I am able to use it since I have over 1,000 subscribers. I might as well utilize what YouTube gives me and use their features. Looks like we have Live to Learn in the house. Thank you for coming in this morning. Welcome in, Live to Learn, Dana. Appreciate you checking out the stream this morning. Don't forget the thumbs up, everybody. Make it blue. Make it blue. So, anyone have any big fall activities, or maybe you've already done them? Last night I went to a pumpkin farm with my family and a whole lot of friends from our church, and it was a muddy mess. See you later, J.S. Dwayne. Great to have you in. Hope you have a great Monday and a great start to your week. So we went to this farm near us that has a maze cut out of the corn, and we went in right around dusk, so it was just starting to get dark, and we started walking through, and I've never been in mud that was so slippery, so I couldn't even do the maze. So I just went and hung out at the fire pit waiting for everybody to come back because it was sort of hard to stand up. I didn't wear my boots, which was a mistake to begin with. My kids went through and they all had fun and were falling down in the mud. So I spent about an hour last night cleaning out all of our shoes and clothes, spraying all the mud off of them. So that was interesting. Art Abandonment says, we have Halloween abandonments that I need to take out and abandon soon. Oh, interesting. What are take out and abandon soon? That's right. You should, because Halloween is only 10 days away. You definitely need to do that. Yeah, it was a muddy mess. So the hayride tractor thing dropped us off about, it must have been like a quarter mile from the entrance of the corn maze, and the whole path was just mud. And then we got in the maze thinking, well, maybe they threw some straw down or some bark chips or something to make it better. But no, we got in there and we just kept slipping around. I had to hold on to the corn to keep from falling down. So it was definitely a muddy mess for sure. Looks like we have the Philippines in. Great to have you in this morning. And it's evening time for you, morning for most of the rest of us here. We have PVD Elevators in. Good morning to you. Great to have you in this morning. So be sure to be checking out each other's channels, connecting with each other the right way, making sure that you are watching their videos in full, and leaving genuine comments. And I don't know if you knew, but you can actually leave timestamps in comments. So let's say you find something interesting at 2 minutes, 10 seconds into their video. You can actually just do a 2 and then :10, and YouTube timestamps that. Though I don't think it timestamps on mobile, but on the desktop it will. And then if you click on it, it actually goes right to that part of the video. So it's kind of a cool way to stand out in a comment in a legitimate sort of way. I'm trying to work with a haunted house, and if there's not a street here in town, we're going to take them. Oh, okay, I got you. Oh, wow, this doesn't make for as much fun, but at least the kids enjoyed. Yeah, they still had a great time. And it's a memory, a messy memory that we'll be able to look back and laugh about. Are you doing anything for Halloween? Not particularly. Our kids are a little bit older now, so they're not wanting to do the trick-or-treat thing, though they may want to have they might want to hang out with their friends that night. My youngest, he would probably go trick-or-treating if he had a couple friends who invited him, but probably not. A space for 3 is in the house. Good morning to you. Space from 3. You might be my first Florida friends in the house this morning. Oh, wow, that's cool. I didn't know about the timestamp. I saw someone leave a comment and put the time in there like that. Yeah. So again, the timestamps will work on desktop, but they won't work on mobile. But it's a great way to have your comments stand out legitimately. You know, and sprinkling in some emojis definitely helps in the right sort of way. People really appreciate that. Sometimes I'll do that in my comments on other people's videos, putting in a creative emoji to for more emphasis. And so there's a lot of ways that you can legitimately stand out in the comments. And one thing too, I don't know if who all in here does this, but sometimes I'll look through the comments thread on a video. And this is a strategy that I have taken on my channel from time to time, is I will go certain people who I'm subscribed to that are within my niche, especially when it comes to DIY or various tech sort of channels. I'll go to their channel and I'll watch a video that's related, possibly even related to a video that I did. And I'll look down through the comment stream, and more than likely, if it's a video that's been watched quite a bit, they'll have somebody in there who's asking a question that the content creator maybe hasn't had a chance to answer yet, or maybe they just don't answer it, because not all content creators respond to all of their comments. And you go in there and you find a comment that has a genuine question from a viewer, and what I'll do is I'll actually reply to it with an answer. And I'm not going to go in and do self-promotion in a strong sort of way, but I'll answer it. I might occasionally, if it seems right, I'll go in and I'll actually say, I did a video on something related to this, but I'm not going to, of course, I'm not going to drop the video link or say, come check out my channel. But most of the time you're just responding to a comment and giving some advice as just another person coming in to chat with them. And those can have powerful effects. Oh, Linda's back. Great to have you back. Is this your dream? We're doing well. Can't wait to head back to Florida later this week. So they're heading back to Florida. Yes. Welcome back, my queen. Yes, she is the queen for sure. And it's been interesting if you see what's been happening with the royal family kids in England. And they're starting to come out and be honest about how all the spotlight it impacts them. You know, I'm glad that they're starting to be honest about it. Oh, Thea, you're in Florida. Okay, I did not know that. It's very cool. Great to know that you are in Florida, because I got my Florida crew in here. There was one live stream I did where I think most everyone in the stream was from Florida or had some connection to Florida. So that's very cool. Yeah, I didn't know that either. So great to know. Yeah. Creator meetup for sure. And I had my first meetup last week, and I'm gonna drop that video sometime soon of just some afterthoughts with that, with my friend, some things that we took away from our time. We had about 2 hours together. Even though we've known each other for a long time, we've both since become creators in the last couple of years. And though he's been he's been creating a lot longer than I have, and so he had some great insights and tips on what he's doing in his videos. He told me that he's been playing around with color and brightness settings that give a different type of impact. On his last video, he's a musician, and he focuses on some music equipment reviews. And on his last video, he brought in one of his guitar solos in a very cinematic way to an amplifier review he was doing, and it was a really cool effect. And he told me that he tries to switch up the scenes in his videos to try to capture and keep viewers' attention. And so I thought that was a great idea. Disc or Dream, we are Orlando area. Yes, continue to interact and connect here the right way. Glad to have all you in. And I'm doing my back and forth thing between StreamYard and the YouTube live studio, since the live studio brings in the comments sooner than StreamYard. So that's what I'm doing when I go side to side here. Art Abandonment. So when is the Miami meetup? I need to get my ticket. Oh, okay. So you're close to Disney World. Yeah. Increase Joel Neri. Welcome in this morning. Great to have you in the stream and the chat. We're just chatting a little bit here. We've got our Florida friends in here who are talking about where they live. Just our dream, being in Orlando. They love Disney for sure. Yeah, I've collaborated a little bit with Rye, the movie guy. He's also in Orlando. He does movie and TV show reviews. You know, he loves Disney. He also does theme park reviews, but not as often as he's doing his movie reviews. Prudence Apinoco, great to have you in this morning. Welcome in. Don't forget the thumbs up button. Smash that thing. Make it blue. Hopefully Chrome's not giving any more issues this week with that. There was issues with, if you were in Chrome, and especially on a live stream, and you're trying to hit the like button, the thumbs up button, it would turn blue and then go back to be gray and kind of retract the like. It was really weird. So hopefully, whether it was YouTube's issue or Chrome's, they got it worked out. I haven't seen it recently, so maybe they got it worked out. Space for Three, the whole family will be there over Thanksgiving, just myself and my daughter this week. I love Disney World. I've never been there. All my kids. Yeah, we went to Disneyland in Los Angeles about 2.5 years ago when my niece got married down there in North Hollywood. So we spent an entire day. It was exhausting. It was fun, but we were there for 17 hours straight because we didn't want to buy the 3-day ticket. We just wanted to go for a day. That's all the time we had. So I think we were there from like 7 in the morning till 1 in the morning. It was so exhausting. But it was a fun time. My kids had never been to Disneyland before. I've been to both Disneyland and Disney World. I grew up going to Disney World because I lived in Indiana. So it wasn't that long of a drive to get down there. My brother-in-law and his family love to go to Disney World, and they have a timeshare there. So they go there about every year. Listening to y'all chat while I get my coffee intake. Hope everyone's day is going good. Thank you, Dana, for listening in. I got my coffee too here, so love having coffee. I haven't always loved it. hated it up until I was in my early 30s. When I moved to Seattle, that's when I started drinking coffee, because everyone here was like, hey, you want to get together for coffee? And so I'd go to cafes and I'd order hot chocolate, looking weird. And then someone was like, hey, why don't you try a mocha? It's kind of like in between a coffee and a hot chocolate. So I started drinking that. And that was kind of the segue into my coffee experience. Now I just drink straight coffee from a lot of different areas. There was at one point, I wish I would have kept doing this. I started a blog back in 2000. It must have been, it was early, 2007, 2008. I started a blog here in Seattle where I would go into a different coffee shop 2 or 3 times a week. And I would interview either the manager or the owner of the cafe. And then I would do a write-up on the cafe. And I would also review their Wi-Fi to see if it was fast Wi-Fi. If it was, then I would put a little plug for people who want to work remotely. But I wish I would have put the stuff on YouTube back then. Never even thought about doing that. Blogging was kind of the thing that was really trending at the time. With the coffee thing, when in Rome, right? Yeah, when in Rome. Same here. Only been drinking coffee for about 3 years. I'm 43. Yeah, so I guess I've been drinking coffee for about 15 years now. That's about how long I've been in the Seattle area. Though I did live in Eastern Europe for 2 years, and I very occasionally would have coffee, usually because it was provided by my host. I didn't want to be rude. And their coffee was strong because it's close to Turkey. Turkish coffee is extremely strong. And they would have the cafes where you go and you stand up, the little stand-up tables outside. You see these, you'd see these taxi drivers out there drinking these really small, cappuccinos in the morning. Barefoot, what's up? Handy dandy. Yeah, he was calling me handy dandy there recently. So you guys can call me that if you want. Appreciate you being in. I saw that you dropped a new video yesterday. How was your time? Are you still camping at Disney World barefoot? Because you showed a picture of your RV setup. Looked like a lot of fun. I think I may have camped in that same campground that you were in, or maybe you're still in it. When I was a kid, though we didn't truly camp, we just rented an RV, a trailer, when we were down there. And that was probably my best Disney experience, because we could just hop right on a bus and then the tram, and then we were right there. It was a lot of fun. I did 3 different blogs back then, and they still get views. I love how people with blogs are now on YouTube. Yeah, and having a blog and a channel together is a great strategy. It's a powerful thing, especially for Google SEO. You put your video on your blog and then you write some content around it. Then you can definitely gain some momentum. So everyone's saying hello to Barefoot. Back at work. Gotcha. Back at work in Tampa. Hey. And my friend John's back from the East Coast. He's from New Jersey.
No one says that.
So he comes in around this time and sits next to me in this cafe to work on his writing adventures.
Very adventurous.
Yeah, he says very adventurous. So I am in a public space, so that's why you hear some background noise behind me. Leave me a comment, please, so I can return the love, guys. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, be checking out each other's channel the right way. Looks like we got 16 likes here. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, go ahead and smash it. And it looks like we've got a great Florida cohort in here. Noise for relaxation. Welcome in this morning. Good to see you too. Haven't seen you since last week. How was your weekend? We had a relaxing weekend for the most part, except yesterday when we went to Pumpkin Farm and got stuck in the mud. 17, thank you for hitting that thumbs up. Noise for relaxation. I appreciate you doing that. Barefoot says, I'm going to try and upload a new video twice a week. Have time to make content. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, because you've cut back on the live streaming, so it frees you up to edit those videos. So yeah, I'll look forward to seeing what you put up. I had been making a video and sound content in the park. Okay, nice. Yeah, I love nature sounds, so the more those type of videos you can put up, the better. Those are really relaxing. Yeah, greet each other, everybody. Great to have you all in. And seeing the fam. I want to try to go to Disney World before I move next year. Great to know that. So, were you just in Disney for the weekend then, Barefoot? Did you guys just spend a couple days over there? I guess you're not that far from Tampa. How is that drive from Tampa to Orlando, Barefoot? It's only, what, like an hour and a half? It's not that far, is it? Well, yes, if you were moving away from Florida, you need to try to get Disney before you move. Yeah, for sure, especially now that they have that new, larger Skytram that would be cool to ride on, that takes you around more of the park. Yeah, so Barefoot here is helping to shout out other channels. It's great. Appreciate you doing that, Bear. Got 17 likes. Let's see if we can get 20 likes here soon. That would be very cool. So 1.5 hours from Tampa to Orlando. The Skyliner is really cool. So you've ridden it then. Because it just debuted like 2 weeks ago, didn't it? Not even 2 weeks ago. They started running it. 1.5 hours. We stay only the weekend. That's cool that you can just get over there for the weekend and be back home. Yeah, I wouldn't mind living in Florida, though. I just wonder, about extreme heat and humidity in the summer. If you just get tired of that. But being in the Pacific Northwest, we definitely don't have to complain about heat up here. I don't even know if we broke 90 degrees this summer. Thank you, Thea. Appreciate you sharing this out. So we have had a couple of new people in this morning, which has been great. We've been on Skyliner multiple times. Nice. Yeah, I saw the live stream, one of the live streams when it was debuting. of people with their initial ride and feedback on it. That was really interesting to watch them ride it and see them firsthand describe their experience. It's not too hot. I love the cool weather. Well, Washington State's definitely the place for you then. We love riding our golf cart around the campground. It's like 985 acres, so fun driving around. We had to stop and eat wild turkeys. Oh, fun. Oh, so you have your own golf cart that you take. That's very cool. If I went there, I'd probably take my bike with me. I do a lot of biking. Pixel, great to have you in. Hello to you. Welcome in this morning. Make sure you hit that like button, the thumbs up button, Pixel. Trying to get to 20 likes here. Glad to have you in. Just Our Dream says, yes, we have some videos about it. We just love the Skyliner. Gives you another transportation option. Yeah, because it's just become so huge with the multiple parks there. The Skyliner went down for a few days because a few hit each other. Ooh, that's not good. I didn't know that they actually hit each other. Hopefully nobody was seriously hurt. Yeah, a lot of people on bikes, so they have assume they have some good bike trails. There's a place here in the Northwest, it's near Bend, Oregon, that we really like to go. We haven't been there in a long time. It's called Sun River, and you can, they have bike paths. It's a very large piece of property. They have bike paths. They have a river that you can kayak on. They have an indoor water park. There is, every sort of sports activity imaginable. And then it's not too far from Bend, so you can go into Bend and explore that town. And it's not far from Crater Lake either. Crater Lake, I think, is only a couple hours away. So it's a great location to go for an extended vacation. Yes, there was a backup in one of the stations, and they sort of piled up. So they didn't have the timing right on them then. Yeah, I can see where that can happen. Yeah, I'm sure the engineers can't test every scenario possible. We have a light rail being built here in the Seattle area. It's not going to be done for about 5 years, but they're going to be doing extensive testing on that near the end, and hopefully they don't have those cars crashing into each other. It's actually going to run right by my house. It runs right up the interstate. So in the year 2024, hopefully I can get on that and take it to the airport or to downtown. So Dis Our Dream says they took it down for a little over the weekend, and now it's up and running. Oh, so they did do that then. We got Big Mac in the house. Hello to you, Sam. You just hanging out before you get on the bus? Great to have you in. Be sure to check Big Mac out, his channel. I like how you said hello world, that very web-friendly greeting. And Art Abandonment says, I think someone got to moving around and they pushed the stop button, but it caused the pileup. Yeah, so it wasn't completely automated then, huh? Oh, you're on the bus now. So probably not driving yet. I assume you're not driving and watching this. By the way, I was wondering who in here has ever done no, I know Barefoot has done a live stream while they're driving. Barefoot, you did one a couple weeks ago when you were driving around. Yes, I think you're right. They did some training for the cast members. Oh, you're parked. I figured that you were probably parked, Sam. Your riders probably wouldn't enjoy you trying to watch a live stream while you're driving them around New York City. Okay, everybody, I seen some new people come in, but Sam, you got to hit my like button. I haven't seen it go up from 17 here in a couple of minutes. So make sure to smash that thumbs up. Even if you're on your phone, just close out the chat and hit the thumbs up. Appreciate it. Barefoot says hard to do connections, lose a lot. Yeah, that's true. You never know what sort of network you're going to be driving through. So I guess that's the risk you take of it kind of dropping off. Noise for relaxations. Greetings, Sam. Big Mac Sam. I installed my old dash cam in the bus. I wasn't using it, but now I am. Nice. So you're going to be filming some of your driving around today then? Art Abandonment says, if you're in Tennessee, you have to be very careful with streaming or even filming because of new legislation. Yeah. I mean, overall, it's probably not a great idea to do it just because it is a distraction, especially if you're trying to read the chat. Probably just not a smart idea. Even though I know a lot of people like to do it because they can maximize their time when you're sitting in a car for 1, 2, 3 hours to be able to do one. Sometimes I bring up a stream to listen while I'm driving home. Yeah, I've done that before too. Just listening in. If that's definitely and that's a great way to help out another channel with their watch time is having it run like that in the background for them for a live stream. I've had some people do that for me too. So greet each other up here, support one another. I'm still showing 17 likes, so if you haven't hit my like button, be sure to do that. Or maybe my maybe Studio just isn't recording the new likes here in real time. So Sam, are you going to be driving every day this week? I mean, you're going to be driving the bus every day this week? Or do you get it? When's your day off, Sam? Seems like you've always got something going on. Maybe Sundays are your day off, because I know Saturdays, a lot of Saturdays you're teaching classes. It seems like you do work a lot. So is there anybody in here who works from home and has the flexibility to make your own hours? I know Barefoot he's kind of a foreman or surveyor, not a surveyor, but so he has a lot of flexibility with his job. But I wondered who else in here had a lot of flexibility with their job, that they can work from anywhere. Maybe some of you are even being close to doing YouTube full time, or some sort of some form of that. RR in the Philippines says, I'm working in the field as a field interviewer. Oh, interesting. Does that mean that are you like a journalist for some sort of network or news station? So just our dream. I work from home, which is nice. Yeah, I like that. It is nice to have that flexibility to be able to work from home. I get road rage drivers sometimes because when I pull over, sometimes they get upset. Yes, I work every day except Sunday and every other Saturday. I've always been a hard worker. Yeah. Good. Well, I appreciate your hard work, Sam. Sam seems to work like a superhuman. Yeah, he does. Oh, a market research company. Nice. Sounds like interesting work. Research, yeah. Saw that. I'm a contractor inspector watching them fix a water line they broke while digging. Yeah. Sounds like a fun job, barefoot. Being able to get to watch people and just occasionally tell them what to do. You're welcome, Sam. I think you're saying you're welcome to noise for relaxation, actually. Okay, everyone. Maybe we haven't had anyone new come in the stream because I'm still only seeing 17 thumbs up. So if you've forgotten to hit it, please hit it before so that we can get that number up. Looks like we had somebody new who may have just joined us. Welcome in. Great to have you all in Monday morning at the beginning of our week. We'll look forward to what this week holds for our content, collaborations. Barefoot says, wife says, I'm an overpriced babysitter. Yeah. From what you've talked about, what you do, Barefoot, it kind of does sound like that. But I'm sure you've definitely gotten there because of your experience and hard work. I'm sure if any of us were to go out in the field with you, we would have no idea what we were doing or what we were looking for. So they're definitely paying for your expertise. So I was going to say, if any of you are on Twitter, be sure to connect up with each other there as well. I'm on Twitter, just under my same handle as YouTube. And I'm trying to become a little bit more active on there lately. I've been putting up some inspirational quotes and put up a kind of a car tip yesterday. I'm going to try to do that a little bit more often. I'm also on Instagram and have a Facebook page, but have not supported those quite as much. I'd like to, but never, just always seems to be kind of a time crunch to get to those. Welcome in, everybody. Hit my thumbs up button, please, if you're new. Skipper, I call Fred from Barefoot Skipper. He reminds me of the skipper from Gilligan's Island. For some reason, he calls me his little buddy. That's funny. 25 years experience, a lot of plan reading and specs and calculations. My truck is my office. Nice. Yeah, you definitely have paid into your expertise and worked hard to get it, and you were being rewarded very, very well, Barefoot. Take care, Sam. You, as a driver, have to get rest sometimes. Yeah, you do. And Sam knows a lot about a lot of different things. So he has really helped me out and given me a lot of great tips. So please make sure to utilize his expertise. And it's not just with driving. He knows a lot about software. He knows a lot about tying knots. He knows a lot about YouTube as well. Has a lot of well-rounded experience. Next project will be on the beach, and they're replacing a water main. So you get to hang out on the beach then for a while. That sounds fun. You can't argue about that, about hanging out on the beach. I have my 30-year high school reunion coming up in like a week and a half, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to go because it's back in the Midwest, and I have another trip planned just a couple of days after that. So there's just no way I could swing that. Can't believe I've been out of high school for 30 years. And it seems like they're organizing the reunion just kind of last minute. They're frantically trying to snatch people up into a Facebook group and trying to get the venue. So it's been kind of a mad dash for them to get this thing organized. 2 years. So you're going to be at the beach for 2 years. See you later, Sam. Thanks for checking in. Always appreciate you coming in, Sam. Even if just for a few minutes. Appreciate that. All right, everybody. Looks like we still have 9 in the house. 35 years here. So barefoot, I assume you've been 35 years in Tampa or 35 years in your position. Oh, or maybe you're talking about 35 years out of high school. That's what you're referring to. Yeah, it's just delayed. Well, Matt, Sam, you're an attaboy. Sorry for the bad English. I'm from Russia. If anybody, your English is actually very good. So don't discount it. When I was trying to learn a language when I was in Eastern Europe, I've developed a lot more appreciation for anybody who can speak another language besides their mother tongue. It's a huge feat to be able to do that. That's right. That's what I eventually figured out. 35 years. So we're not too far apart as far as age. In that, I went to a small high school. I only had 400 students in my whole high school. Maybe it's 500. So my class was about 150. So I imagine this reunion will probably draw in, there might be 50 people. A lot of my classmates ended up staying nearby where I grew up. So a lot of them, it's very easy for them to pop into the reunion. You're welcome, Noise. Definitely. You're very welcome on that. I went to my 10-year reunion, but then didn't make my 20, and I'm not going to make my 30. So maybe I'll have to make my 40. And when you're getting old, when they have to start putting name tags on you to recognize each other. Art abandonment. Hope you have a great day too. Assume you're heading out. We will hope you have a great start to your week today. Thank you again for coming in. Really appreciate that. Yeah, and we had for the high school reunion, I think at my 10-year, for one of the functions, we had almost the entire class there. So that was, but I think that's usually the case. Your 10-year reunion is kind of the big one. And then after that, it starts dropping off significantly. So I'm not really sure how many are going to show up. I guess I'll just have to see from the pictures that gets put up after the event. Looks like everyone's kind of settling back and listening or moving on to other things. It's okay. We've got our ebbs and flows, especially when it comes to a Monday morning. The stream I did on Friday was interesting. For one, I started off kind of just talking really quietly because I didn't want to wake up my family, and I might have been a little weird for people. But Friday's stream was a bit slim, so I don't know. Maybe Friday mornings generally isn't a great morning to go live, or maybe it's just. But the Friday before that, I actually had a good turnout. It's just different every day. It probably depends on what other streams are happening. I mean, there's so many live streams now that it's a bit overwhelming to see how many are going on throughout the day, and how many people are jumping on them. Of course, you've got the big streams like Pusha Studios and Blood X and Ralph's Trucking, those type of streams that are going to bring in, or Tree Trimmer, those streams that are going to bring in, upwards of 100 people or more. Great. Glad you're still here. Just our dream, helping a neighbor by checking on the dog. Yeah. So are they out of town and you're checking in on their dog, or did their dog get out and you're having to check in on it? We have a little dog. He's getting kind of old though, slowing down. I think he's about 12 or 13 years old. Got him. He was a rescue dog. We got him when our kids were young, so it's been great to have a dog that's kind of grown up with our kids. And we have one of our kids is out of the house now, and a couple more of my kids will be out of the house in a couple of years. So we're hoping that he'll last until at least our middle children are out of the house. Distar Dream says, no, out of town and helping out. My daughter and wife used to help out with the dog in the neighborhood, though they haven't been able to do it since because their schedules are a lot more busy, so they haven't been able to go and walk this dog. But they would do that almost every day for a while for a family that were both working or out of town, and it was a great experience for my daughter to do that, to have that responsibility. But my kids are all working now, which is interesting. They all have jobs, though my youngest just kind of does things around the neighborhood, but my other three kids have jobs that they have to be at every week. So we have a very different household than we did even 2 years ago. All right. Well, I'm glad that you all were able to come by today. Really appreciate you all being in here. I'm just going to be on for a little bit longer, and then I will be heading out. So RR, you're just listening in. Glad that you're doing that. What's funny is like almost every time that I start winding down a stream, several new people jump in. It's just, I don't know if there's got to be a law for that. You say, well, I gotta go soon, and then all of a sudden you get like 4 or 5, 6 people jumping in, and then you're like, oh man, why did I say that? I should extend it a little bit longer. You know if any of you have experienced that before. It must be one of those YouTube phenomena. But I know if there's a lot of people on mobile and they close out the app to go check on something else and then they come back in, your numbers can just go up and down constantly. Oh, you have fun there in the background, Matt. Have fun in the background, yeah. Oh, that happens to us too. Then you hate to end it. Discern Dream says, yeah, I know. You almost need to just keep yourself from looking at how many are viewing just so that you can actually end it. Though, yeah, I mean, you see some people who they'll just walk away for a while and leave the stream going. And, I think eventually YouTube's going to probably frown on live streams that are just silent. They're just not going to allow it anymore, or they'll retract your hours when they detect that there's silence. It's hard to know. I'm not sure how they're going to do that, because there are rumors that in the new year there's going to be some restrictions on live streaming, but I don't have anything to back that up. I've just heard it as a rumor. So if anyone in here has any sort of evidence of that, I'd be curious to know. Because, live streaming is a privilege just like anything else, and you don't want to abuse it. YouTube has put it there for a reason, and there's a lot of creative ways of using it, but we want to be able to abide by their policies. But again, it's a great way to connect with others, connect with your subscribers and other creators. Yes, maybe not give credit for it. Yeah, I think you're meaning, the credit for the silent live streams. For sure. So do you all like inspirational quotes? Those are things that I've been starting to tweet out on my Twitter feed. And I put out a card tip. It looks like it's been liked and retweeted a few times, which is good. Twitter can be a great place to experiment with your content. Since they allow you to put up short videos, I've thought about doing this, maybe putting a snippet of one of my videos that I'm thinking of releasing on Twitter and seeing how people respond to it. But you're welcome, Noise. Appreciate that. Yeah, appreciate you giving me that. Yes, I do have a Facebook page, though I'm embarrassed to say I haven't posted much on it in a long time, but I do have one. I'd like to be able to. For a while, I was putting every one of my videos on there, but then it just became so much work and time for me to do it. I'd like to get back to that, but trying to just find an efficient work streamlining process that would enable me to do that quicker, so that I can put up content simultaneously there. on YouTube and on Instagram, Twitter, to support all those networks. Just Our Dream says, maybe that was the wrong time for a live stream. I don't know if there's a wrong or right time for your live stream. I think it's just those who want to support you will come over and support you. Sure, they might be busy with other things. You're just going to catch different people at different times. I know from being a part of Barefoot Adventures live streams, he would do them in the morning and the evening, and he would have very different people sometimes in each. Great to have you in, Kat, though. Thanks for coming into the stream. Appreciate that. And everyone, make sure to hit my like button on this live stream. We've been stuck at 17 for quite a while now. So if we can get that up a little bit before we close out, that would be great. Really appreciate that. Yeah. Just like I was saying, yeah. Yeah, you got to just do a live stream when it's convenient for you. You don't have to get so caught up in when the right time or the wrong time is to do it. But the key is consistency and being able to be genuine and respectful to those that come in and to support them in the right way. All right. Well, it's time for me to sign off. Unfortunately, it's been great having you all here with me Monday morning. My new video is going to drop here in about 45 minutes. And again, if you didn't hear me talk about it, it's a time lapse on my windshield being replaced in my car that was done on Friday. So I asked the guy doing it if I could just film him. So I just set up a camera and then sped up the process. So be sure to check that out if you get the chance. Share it out with your friends. And then I have a collab video that I'll be putting up sometime this week too. I had a collab on Friday with a friend. It's a good point. Noise for reduction. Try to research the best time for your target audience. Great thought on that. Yes. Definitely want to do that. So, okay, everybody. Have a great Monday, and I will see you again sometime soon. And really appreciate you coming in and supporting my stream, supporting one another. To do that and make sure I'm not live streaming at the same time as others in my niche. Yeah. It's one thing I guess you can pay attention to. Yeah. See you later, RR. Thank you. And appreciate that. And you all have a great day. Thank you. Appreciate that. Just your dream. I'm learning, trying to do my best here at this. Take care, everybody.